Tired of always being the one making the first move? Imagine women actively pursuing you. This isn't a fantasy, it's the power of pre-selection. I'm going to expose the subtle yet incredibly effective ways you can activate this ancient subconscious trigger and have women lining up to be with you without ever saying a word. Pre-selection is not a trick. It is not a fleeting tactic. It is a reflection of the energy you carry, the life you live, and the presence you command. When a man embodies value, demonstrates composure, and moves through the world with purpose, the world and the women in it begin to notice. Not superficially, but at a deep, instinctual level. The subtle social cues of admiration, respect, and attraction ripple around him, quietly signaling that he is a man of significance. This is what high-value men understand instinctively. They operate in alignment with a principle older than any dating advice or modern strategy. People are drawn to value, and women are wired to seek it. Contrast this with the average man. He reaches, he chases, he seeks approval. He performs for validation and attempts to manufacture attraction. His energy is loud, inconsistent, and easily read. Women feel it instantly. It lacks authority, stability, and the magnetism of self-possession. That difference, the invisible line between reactive and composed masculinity, is the foundation of pre-selection. It is the difference between being noticed because of what you project versus being chased because of who you inherently are. Pre-selection operates on the level of subconscious perception. Women assess value through a matrix of subtle cues: confidence in posture, calmness under pressure, the way a man treats others, his focus on meaningful projects, and the way he navigates social dynamics. Each of these cues signals one immutable truth: this man is not dependent on my validation. He is whole, self-governed, and unshakable. And in that recognition, something profound happens. Her curiosity ignites, her respect grows, and her desire awakens. This is why pre-selection is so powerful. It bypasses superficial attraction entirely. Words, looks, and fleeting charm are secondary. What she notices first is energy, behavior, and consistency. When a man invests in himself, his craft, his discipline, his inner world, he radiates a signal far stronger than anything a pickup line could convey. She sees, feels, and responds, often before she consciously understands why. And once her subconscious aligns, her behavior begins to mirror that recognition. She seeks engagement, approaches, and opens herself to connection, naturally, without being pushed. The Stoic principle here is clear. Mastery of self precedes mastery of influence. A man who lives with discipline, clarity, and presence does not need to manipulate. He attracts through alignment. His calm authority becomes a silent broadcast, announcing his value to the world. Women sense it instinctively, because attraction is as much a physiological and neurological response as it is emotional. Her brain registers his composure, social validation, and consistent energy as markers of a man worth noticing. Pre-selection in action. Notice the subtle inversion. While most men expend energy chasing attention, the Stoic man conserves his energy. His focus is inward, on growth, purpose, and mastery. Yet paradoxically, this inward focus triggers external magnetism. She notices because he is unavailable emotionally in the wrong ways and fully present in the right ones. His life, unshaken by trivial outcomes, speaks louder than words. To activate pre-selection, the man must first create a life that radiates significance. He must cultivate projects, achievements, and social presence that are independent of female attention. Every accomplishment, every moment of composure under stress becomes an unconscious signal of value. Women, wired to detect resourcefulness, stability, and status, begin to subconsciously prioritize him. This is not vanity, it is natural biology and psychology in action. The universe of female attraction responds predictably to consistent masculine energy. There are micro-realizations embedded in this principle, moments that reward observation, when she mirrors your confidence, when her attention lingers, when her reactions shift based on your calm rather than her impulses. These signals are subtle, yet they confirm pre-selection is occurring. They anchor the lesson. Attraction is not created, it is revealed through the life you lead, the energy you embody, and the composure you maintain. The difference between average men and men who naturally trigger pre-selection is not superficial knowledge. It is rooted in self-mastery, emotional control, and disciplined energy projection. While others seek to impress, the Stoic man cultivates presence. While others react to desire, he embodies it internally. This inversion of energy, reactive versus proactive composure, is the gravitational pull that pre-selects him in every social context. By living with intent, building projects that matter, and holding composure as a standard, a man sets the stage for attraction to occur naturally. Women sense it, respond to it, and in doing so, reveal that true desire is always aligned with value, not effort. In quiet observation and disciplined self-mastery, pre-selection quietly unfolds, transforming casual attention into lasting intrigue. Once you understand that women respond to energy more than words, the next step is mastering the mechanics behind that magnetism, the invisible forces that make pre-selection so potent. It is not about her whims or fleeting attraction. It is about the architecture of desire encoded in human psychology. A woman is drawn not to noise, not to desperation, not to performance, but to presence that signals control, competence, and unshakable composure. The men who trigger this response unconsciously leverage social and behavioral dynamics that are as old as human instinct. They are the ones whose lives are layered with purpose, whose actions are consistent, and whose calm commands attention without a single declaration. Consider the subtle interplay of social signals, admiration from others, casual respect from peers, the effortless competence exhibited in daily tasks. These are not gestures of vanity, but reflections of mastery in action. A woman sees him through this lens, a man whose life is full, whose time is not wasted on chasing, and whose attention is earned, not begged. The presence of pre-selection is revealed in micro-moments, the way his colleagues unconsciously defer, the way strangers subconsciously mirror his posture, the effortless flow of conversations where he is both engaged and detached. Every detail signals one truth. This man operates from self-governed authority. There is also a temporal element to pre-selection that most men overlook. Women perceive not only what a man is in the present moment, but the trajectory of his life. A man who consistently invests in himself, in his projects, in his craft, and in his emotional resilience is broadcasting future stability and resourcefulness. Her subconscious interprets this trajectory as safety, power, and high value. Attraction is never isolated to fleeting moments. It accumulates, compounded across time, like interest accruing in a high-yield account. She begins to sense his gravitational pull before conscious awareness, and by the time she recognizes it, desire has already crystallized. The Stoic man understands this instinctively. He does not manipulate or perform for approval. He cultivates intrinsic authority. He allows admiration to flow naturally from competence rather than seeking it desperately. In behavioral terms, pre-selection relies on projected scarcity of attention combined with abundance of value. His time is deliberate, his focus singular, and his energy uncompromised. These qualities ripple outward, influencing perception without effort. Every interaction becomes a demonstration of quiet dominance. He does not need to assert it, he embodies it. To deepen this, consider the psychological architecture of female attraction. Women are wired to detect signals of high-value behavior, calm decisiveness, visible competence, mastery over emotion, and social recognition from others. The man who activates preselection aligns all of these signals unconsciously. He does not announce his value. He radiates it in ways that bypass rational scrutiny. Her mind reacts before her reasoning can articulate why she is drawn. This is where attraction and respect converge. Her interest is not coerced. It is earned through consistency, composure, and projection of high-value energy. Layering this with Machiavellian insight, one realizes that social ecosystems amplify preselection. A man's status, subtly reinforced by recognition from peers, social hierarchy, or professional achievement, becomes an echo that women pick up instinctively. These echoes are not vanity metrics. They are the societal signals that communicate reliability, competence, and presence. By living a life aligned with purpose and visible mastery, a man creates a gravitational field around himself that cannot be ignored. Women notice, and their attention is drawn not to effort, but to demonstrated authority. There is a cinematic rhythm to observing this in real life. Moments accumulate into patterns. Her curiosity peaks when he is calm, while chaos erupts around him. Her desire grows when his projects advance without interruption. Her respect manifests when his words are deliberate and measured. These are the micro-climaxes that the mind records, often subconsciously, reinforcing the perception that he is rare, valuable, and worthy of pursuit. Preselection is the silent orchestra, and he conducts it with presence, not words. Emotional contrast is critical. A man who reacts, who becomes agitated or insecure, immediately disrupts the pattern. Women are wired to detect inconsistencies in energy and respond accordingly. But a man who remains anchored, whose self-possession is unwavering, creates a tension between approach and observation. She wants access to the composure she cannot manufacture herself. That tension, subtle yet profound, is the magnetism of preselection. It is the energy that shifts pursuit from her to him without conscious effort or demand. This is why high-value men are not always the loudest, the most assertive, or the most flamboyant. Their attraction lies in discipline, internal mastery, and aligned behavior. They invest in themselves first, cultivating skills, projects, and social influence, and the world, especially women, reacts naturally. Preselection is the biological and psychological reflection of value. It is not forced. It is observed, recognized, and gravitated toward. Women chase because they are subconsciously drawn to alignment, to competence, to emotional intelligence, and to composure that mirrors their own desire for security and intrigue. Understanding preselection also requires embracing restraint. Not every opportunity to interact, to impress, or to engage is necessary. By remaining selectively engaged, a man elevates his energy in the social ecosystem. Each moment of withheld effort signals autonomy, confidence, and self-governance. In behavioral psychology, scarcity of attention paired with abundance of value amplifies desire. She is naturally compelled to invest attention where energy is disciplined and purposeful. His silence, his patience, his focused presence become instruments of attraction more powerful than words or gestures. Through this lens, every aspect of life becomes a tool to reinforce preselection. Social consistency, professional achievement, disciplined emotional response, and visible engagement in meaningful projects. These are the indicators that women intuitively scan for. The man who masterfully aligns his energy, presence, and actions constructs a framework where attraction occurs effortlessly. Her pursuit is not engineered. It is a response to his reality. And in that response lies the quiet affirmation that value, once internalized and projected authentically, cannot be ignored. She notices, she evaluates, she feels, long before words are exchanged. This is the culmination of preselection, the invisible gravitational pull generated by a man who has mastered presence, composure, and self-governance. By now, Attraction is no longer a series of attempts or superficial interactions. It is a reflection of the life he lives, the energy he embodies, and the boundaries he maintains. Women chase not because of what he says, but because of who he has become, an unshakable force of stability, purpose, and quiet authority. It is here, in the tension between availability and autonomy, that desire is fully awakened. A man who fully integrates this principle does not create attraction through manipulation or performance. He cultivates an inner ecosystem of value that cannot be borrowed, borrowed energy being the currency of weakness. Every decision, every action, every ounce of attention is allocated with deliberation, reinforcing a life of meaningful engagement rather than reactive pursuit. The women who encounter him perceive this calibration instinctively. They respond to signals encoded in calm dominance, consistency, and purpose. Pre-selection is no longer a concept. It is a living, observable effect of a disciplined, intentional existence. Consider the emotional architecture he cultivates. Whereas lesser men react to external pressures and the whims of desire, he stands anchored, translating internal mastery into magnetic influence. Each interaction is an echo of composure, a demonstration of confidence not articulated but absorbed. Her subconscious reads these cues before her conscious mind can even interpret them. This is the essence of influence without effort, attraction without coercion, and pre-selection at its purest. The tension she experiences, drawn to what she cannot control, yet aligned with what she instinctively seeks, becomes a psychological loop she cannot ignore. The temporal dimension of this principle is profound. While fleeting efforts may momentarily capture attention, the man who consistently demonstrates presence, mastery, and purposeful energy compounds influence over time. Each accomplishment, each visible commitment to growth, each measured response to chaos contributes to a pattern her mind recognizes as high value, stable, and worthy of pursuit. Pre-selection is therefore not an instant effect. It is the product of disciplined alignment, reinforced continuously by his life choices, habits, and emotional architecture. This is where philosophy and psychology converge. Stoic wisdom teaches that control over self is control over perception. Emotional intelligence, discipline, and mastery of desire translate into social influence. Machiavellian insight reveals that subtle signals of status and composure amplify pre-selection without need for performance or declaration. Modern behavioral science confirms that human attention and attraction are driven by consistency, energy projection, and perceived competence. The man who integrates these truths becomes simultaneously timeless and contemporary, a figure whose presence naturally commands attention and respect. To operationalize this principle, he must anchor his life in three domains simultaneously: purpose, composure, and visibility. Purpose fuels projects and achievements that signal direction and competence. Composure maintains energy stability, ensuring his attention is deliberate and unreactive. Visibility is the natural reflection of these qualities. His life, lived with integrity and engagement, is observed and registered unconsciously by women and social ecosystems alike. Together, these domains create a gravitational field that aligns desire naturally, making pursuit inevitable without contrivance. The subtle power of pre-selection lies in contrast. Most men expend energy externally, seeking to impress, chase, or convince. The Stoic man expends energy inwardly, cultivating mastery, presence, and aligned action. This inversion, giving attention selectively, acting deliberately, and maintaining composure in all circumstances, generates attention that is both magnetic and psychologically compelling. Women respond instinctively, drawn toward the life force that reflects calm authority, high-value energy, and unwavering focus. Preselection is therefore not an external tactic. It is an internal discipline manifesting outwardly, creating attraction as a natural consequence. Observe the moments in life that crystallize this principle. Her subtle mirroring of confidence, her attention lingering when he remains silent yet present, her desire amplified when his actions convey direction rather than reaction. Each interaction reinforces the internal calculus her mind performs. This man is rare, composed, and aligned. This is the silent language of attraction, where words are secondary and presence is primary. In these moments, preselection is unmistakable. She chases because her instincts recognize value, alignment, and mastery, not because of superficial effort. At its core, preselection is a reflection of timeless masculine authority. It's not performed, it is lived. It requires a life anchored in self-mastery, enriched by meaningful endeavors, and demonstrated through calm, deliberate energy. Women are drawn not to performance, but to essence, not to noise, but to presence. Every micro-decision, how he speaks, moves, reacts, and prioritizes, signals value and establishes him as a reference point. In mastering this dynamic, a man transforms not only attraction, but his own sense of self, internalizing the principles of respect, composure, and quiet dominance. By the time she notices, the shift is complete. Attraction is no longer constructed, it is revealed. She pursues, she aligns, and she reflects the value he projects without conscious calculation. The man who understands this principle no longer chases attention. He commands it through intentional living, disciplined energy, and stoic presence. In this, desire becomes a mirror, respect becomes instinct, and preselection becomes the inevitable outcome of a life lived with mastery and alignment. Ultimately, preselection teaches a profound lesson. Attraction is a reflection of value, consistency, and composure. It is not won, begged, or demanded. It is observed, recognized, and mirrored. When a man lives deliberately, invests in himself, and maintains unwavering composure, the world and women respond accordingly. She chases not because she must, but because her instincts recognize what words cannot convey. A man who is whole, disciplined, and irresistibly aligned with his own life. This is the culmination of mastery, the apex of Stoic understanding, and the ultimate truth of preselection. Desire is a consequence of alignment, respect is a reflection of composure, and attraction is drawn naturally to men who embody timeless masculine authority. To live this way is not to seek her chase, but to deserve it, silently, confidently, and inexorably.